What's up, everybody? I am Nolan, and this is NNC Visuals, and we are here again with my boy Mark Muscle.
See, this time we got all the names put in it.
Throwing out your whole government, your whole government name, your IG, Facebook.coms, all that.
All that.
What's up, bro?
What's up, man? How you been, man? It's been in a minute.
Yeah, feels like it's been forever, man.
Yeah.
But, we out here grinding. I know you out here grinding, doing big things, getting ready for the new year.
For sure, man. I've been working on a lot of side projects. One thing is, for those of you guys at home, make sure you tap in with me. I got my ebook about to drop, covering how to, eat, exercise, supplementation, training, everything that encompasses, the world of bodybuilding. It's all in this ebook. And it'll be available to you guys pretty soon. So make sure that you tap in with me. I'll have some pre-sales going out for a really, really good discounted price. Hopefully out by the start of the year. If not, it'll be pretty close to it. So make sure you tap in, man.
We're gonna make that happen.
Make sure you follow. Make sure you follow.
That's what's up, man. So what's been good, man? You back on the grind. We getting ready to finish. I guess getting ready for the holiday season.
Hold on, man. Hold on. Back on the grind. Oh. We don't get back on. It never stops.
Oh,
it never stops, man. You can't take a day off, man. You'll be surprised if you go 2 days without eating correctly, man. You'll lose weight so fast.
So you know what? Let's talk about that. Let's talk about, because we was talking about it a little bit on one of the other episodes. Like, what's up with your nutrition? How's your nutrition work right now? As we are.
So since I'm still in the off season, man, I'm trying to grow. It's like I'm eating in an abundance, right? So I make sure that my macros and protein and my carbs are pretty high. So
let's talk about macros real quick. So a lot of people know about macros. I mean, I think, growing up, I ain't even gonna tell you my age because I'm getting up there in age. But back in the day, it's just calories. You know what I'm saying? But now you hear, calories in versus calories out. Now you're talking about macros, and you're talking about different type of meal plans and all this other stuff. So right now, you're talking about doing your macro counting. Roughly, how many calories are you taking in?
Oh, I couldn't tell you that. I don't know.
So that's a good thing to talk about, because a lot of people don't understand that when it comes to, it's just like, oh, well, you're talking about macros, so you're talking about the main things: carbs, fats, protein.
Yeah. Carbs, fat, and proteins, and those three. How you mix the three, that kind of dictates your body's composition. So that's where you get your calories from, right? But not a lot of people understand that you need more of a certain one just based on your body type and your genetics. So that's, the art of being able to coach someone so that they can find what works for their body type and their exercise regimen and their daily routine, right? So it's like macro in, calorie out, or if that kind of helps paint the picture a little better. But for me, man, everything is pretty high. I'm still trying to gain and trying to grow more muscle, so my protein intake is pretty high. I couldn't tell you exact amount. It's no less than like 340 or so, grams a day. It's uncomfortable, man. And it's even harder because you can go to like Burger King or something, get a double Whopper, and that's like what, like 1,200 calories or something like that, man. But when you're eating clean, like chicken breast, rice, baked tilapia, that's around 500, 600 calories. So you have to eat a lot of clean food to be able to offset the amount of calories or macros that you need throughout the day.
Six times a day to get roughly around 340 grams of protein daily.
Ish. I would say ish, man.
So
that's just a guess too, so don't quote me on that.
Do you feel like you take in your macros differently? Like some people say that I know for a fact, for me, I hold on to carbs. Like that's I know if I eat carbs heavy one day before, the next day I'm like super bloated, like just heavy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So do you feel like you hold on to anything different? Like, do you have to manage that?
I think I put on muscle easily. And I stay lean, man. Like that's just always been like my genetic trait, even from like childhood to now. I don't hold carbs whatsoever. Like I always wake up super lean in the morning, to where I'm, my muscles will be flat or whatever, to where I have to, eat in an abundance just to kind of make myself look a little more full. So I don't hold carbs. I don't really hold much water either, and I kind of put on muscle really, really nicely.
So do you? I know a lot of people talk this because this is what makes me happy. this is what puts a smile on my face, and then that's cheat days. Do you have scheduled cheat days? Do you believe in cheat days? And when let me explain something to you, brother. When I talk about cheat days, I'm talking about hamburgers and French fries and cakes and cookies and shit like that. You know what I mean? I know some of you bodybuilding people's like, y'all like, I'm gonna have a cheat day and then y'all pop out some rice cakes and put peanut butter on it and call that
that's a hit. What people don't understand. That's what people don't understand, man. Like I found out that's a hit. You get you some chocolate rice cakes and some peanut butter, bro. I'm good. I'm good for the afternoon. The game's on.
See, and that's the thing that I can't get away from, man. Do you have weaknesses like that? Do you have something that just like, man, you're a craving or something that you kind of got to combat when it comes to your nutrition?
So the good thing about it is, man, I never grew up eating. Well, I never gravitated towards fast foods, so it was always easy for me to eat the same thing, the same healthy meals every day. And I don't have like a cake or pastry type of sweet tooth. Like I don't eat cakes or cupcakes or anything like that. My wife loves them. Like she'll have them all in the house, but it doesn't attract me, so I'm okay. My weakness though is fruits. Like I love like oranges, grapes, especially frozen grapes, man. Pineapple, mangoes, plums, apples, pears. Like I love fruits. Like so, it's a natural sweetness to me.
Is it? But that's not doing it for me, man. You gotta tell me. You gotta tell me. There's gotta be something, man. Because I feel like I'm a drug dealer right now. There's gotta be something that you know. Okay, let's take it back. Let's take it back.
Airheads. Nah, Airheads. Okay. I get you. Airheads. I love it. If I was to choose a candy, it would be like green apple flavored Airheads. Those are pretty good. And what's so crazy, man? When it comes to like the USA's training for 5 months. You get those sweet cravings. Like during that time, I wanted to eat cakes and cookies and like things that I never ate before, and I had like a really hard sweet tooth to where I built what I call the wall of temptation. So every time I would hit the store, gas station, grocery store, or whatever, I'll get a new snack. If it's at new or I didn't have it, I would buy it, man. I easily had over like $250 worth of supplies in my house by the time I was done prepping. Like it was crazy, man. Cookies, cakes. Just for my birthday alone, I bought like 105 Airheads. Like who's gonna eat 105 Airheads? And just gave it all away because it was no way for me to be able to possibly eat all that.
So, but I mean, so the wall of temptation. So I think we talked about this before. You put it up on the wall, and it's just something that like it's nothing that you touch. No, it's just something you put up on the wall to look at. And then what? And that's it.
And yeah, once the shows were over and I was in the off season, I pick and pull an Airhead here and there. I pick and pull some Starburst or some gummy worms or something. But out of all the supplies I had, man, I'll shoot you the video of all of it, man.
Make sure you send me the video because I'm gonna post it on here and we're gonna see the wall of temptation.
I'm not kidding, man. We had it taped to the refrigerator, but then things started to fall, so we started to put it in a corner. It just was a lot of snacks all over the house. But like I said, man, off season doesn't mean that you're just off, right? You still got the plan to gain muscle, plan to gain. So you can't do that just eating nonstop sugar, right? It's gonna help you backtrack. Right. So what I did, man, I packaged all that stuff up in a garbage bag. Me and my wife was riding around the city. Anytime we see somebody homeless on the street, just down on their luck, man, we just give out handfuls of it. Like, here you go. That's
what's up. So if you see any fat homeless people out there in San Diego, you make sure.
Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness, man! My dental bill would be through the roof. If I ate all that,
man. So nutrition. So I mean, and that's the thing because everybody says it's what is it? It's 80% nutrition if you want to be a numbers person, right? So leading up to competition. Now I know some people don't like to give out their recipe, but leading up to competition, you start making cuts, right?
Right.
At what point does it become like, man, like it's just like it's hard now because now you're eating, you're on the grind, you're trying to grow, you're trying to get big, so you're eating these 6 meals, but at some point that's going to have to stop, right?
I get what you're saying, and it's crazy because I was gaining before I started to cut for my last season. And it wasn't until I was maybe like 3 or 4 weeks in to where I started to notice, man, I'm just hungry, like just always hungry, man. Right. Because, once you start to cut food in half, your body doesn't know it yet. You know, you still got those reserves of, you know, carbs or fats on your body that help supplement the gap that you now have created.
Right.
So you don't know that your body's like kind of going into starvation mode until a few weeks later, to where you know, like, man, I'm kind of getting hungry like all the time, like
Right.
to where once you've done with the meal, I literally would be eating a meal thinking about my next meal, starving type to that point. You know what I'm saying? But it's all a recipe to get you correct, right? So you make cuts, but you don't cut the protein. You want to make sure that your muscle stays where it's at.
Right.
You'll cut everything, start to cut everything else. You know what I'm saying?
So I hear that the hardest thing. So now you're growing, you're eating a lot. It's hard, right? And then you get ready for your cut, and then you start cutting, and that's hard as well. But I heard that the hardest thing for most people is the maintenance. How is maintenance for you? Is maintenance something that
Dude, it sucks. Dude, it fucking sucks, man. It's like I'm at the grocery store every day, bro. Like I'm running out of something. So say if I bought fresh groceries on a Sunday and prep it all that day. First of all, it takes me hours to prep my chicken, to prep my fish, to prep my rice, my vegetables, my steak. You know what I'm saying? And it takes me hours, not just hours to cook it, but hours to clean up at the same time. So 3 days later, you might be out of fish. You got to go get fish and cook that up. Then the next day, you may be out of chicken. You got to go get chicken and cook that up. Then, oh snap! I just ran out of some vegetables. I got to go get. So it's like non-stop, man, back and forth to the grocery store. And you'd be so surprised when you think about it, man. 5-6 meals a day, that's 5, 6, 7 plates a day, you know, utensils a day, cups, you know what I'm saying? So you racking up your dishes so crazy. It'd be days, me and my wife, we'd clean the whole kitchen, prep, and it'd be like, yo, what happened? Clean it up again, and then the next day, just because both of us go, she kind of partly preps too, to where she eats 4 or 5 meals a day,
right?
To where plus my 6, her 5, we racked up 11 plates, utensils like immediately. So it just every day it's a grind, man. That is definitely the hardest part.
Well, maintenance, as far as when I say maintenance, I mean as far as like when you're bulking, you're trying to gain weight, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're trying to get bigger, and you're cutting. You're actually cutting your meals. You're cutting your weight down, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you want to stay in a happy medium, so how much do you weigh currently right now?
I'm at like 227.
So maintenance for you to stay at 227, how hard is that compared to bulking or cutting?
To stay here, it'll be a little easier than what I'm like doing now, because I'm eating in a way to where I'm gonna keep gaining weight.
Right.
So for me to maintain, I'll just take back a little bit of my food.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So it'll be a little bit easier on me, but
okay.
You know what I'm saying? But that's not what we want. We don't want to just stay stagnant in one place.
No.
Instead of just building.
The reason why I ask that is because I'm currently in a place where I played football for a little bit. I played semi-pro football here in San Diego for the San Diego Enforcers. Shout out to the San Diego Enforcers. And when I stopped playing football, for me, man, it was that one thing that I loved so much. And then when it was over with, it was hard for me to get back into the swing of things.
Mm-hmm.
That's when the weight gain and all that stuff came in. So then I started meeting guys like you.
Yeah.
And seeing where, the bulking, the cutting, learning all that stuff, and then also learning about maintenance. So I'm trying to get down to a healthy 225, and then once I get there, then I want to kind of just stick there. So that's the thing that I'm trying to do personally. But,
yeah.
So
it'd be easy, man. Just cut. Like first, I would say you record your day to day, like what you eat. Like over the next 3 or 4 days, man, record everything that you eat. Don't switch anything up, but just record it so that you know where you're at. And then from there, that's where you can start to pull things back or cut some things out, you know what I'm saying? Along with that, man, you want to increase a little bit of your physical activity, whether that's lift weights, go do some cardio, whatever. But that small change in like your day-to-day activities, you'll start to notice some big weight differences.
So y'all hear it, I can, for the next couple weeks, I can eat McDonald's and fries and
but don't supersize it.
Ooh, wait a minute.
Don't supersize.
See, now you showing your age. They don't even call it supersize.
What?
No. So let's talk about supplements, because I know last time we kind of touched on your supplements with TG. Shout out to TG, man. TG out here is the truth when it comes to the gyms in San Diego. But I know they supply you with you're sponsored by them, right?
Yeah, I'm sponsored by them.
Okay, shout out to TG.
So yeah, shout out to TG Subs. Shout out to my coach Pete, because he was the one that actually got me on with the team. I was sponsored by a different supplement company before, but their product, it starting off taking their products, it was pretty cool. But then I started to notice, their products weren't really catered towards an athlete. It was just like your everyday mom and pop, just 9-to-5 worker just wants some supplements. You know what I'm saying? So it was their ingredients just started to, make me feel imbalanced. I had a conversation with my coach, Pete, because I had quit taking pre-workout, telling him, man, I feel overstimulated to where I couldn't focus on my exercises. I couldn't focus in the gym. And so he went back with his partners and they formulated some pre-workout. Low caffeine, but more mental focus, more energy production, and, had me try it. And I fell in love with it. Been rocking with them ever since. Same thing with their BCAAs, you know what I'm saying? It helps keep the energy going as you're going throughout your workout. So, I mean, it's just like supplements that are formulated by athletes, professional athletes, catered towards athletes. You know what I'm saying? So instead of just going to like a Walmart, picking up the generic stuff, I kind of related to saying, like, would you go to Walmart to get furniture? Like you wouldn't. You would rather go somewhere with, more credibility. You know what I'm saying? That's what I found with my team.
Yeah. I've been down that road before. I've
Yeah.
actually bought some Walmart stuff, and it's no longer at the house.
Same. You be like, it hit. It's good starting off, but then after a while, you be like, man, you know what? I need a little better.
It ain't working. So with the BCA, so you're taking a pre-workout.
Mm-hmm. Pre-workout, BCAAs.
Your BCAAs, and then do you do protein? What kind of protein are you doing right now?
I do the regular whey protein. TG Subs doesn't have a protein supplement line yet.
Okay.
But that's something that's in work. So I kind of stick with some other whey proteins. But when I'm in season, then I'll switch to isolates, which is just a little less calories. Just kind of help keep the weight loss going.
That's what's good, man. Yeah, I know. I'm the same way. I've tried different supplement brands, and I know I talked to you at a show a long time ago about getting with TG about their pre-workout and stuff, because I was hypersensitive with a lot of stuff, man.
Yeah.
The gym, like, what I'm saying?
Get the itchies.
Itching, I'm telling you. And then it gets to a point where you get done working out and you're just like, man, you just begging for it to stop. Like, when is this going to stop?
You got the itchies. Goddamn.
Man, this shit was ridiculous. I was just like, man, this is not what I'm here for.
No, it's not, man. Because you so distracted by the way that it makes you feel, that sensation. You can't focus on your exercise. You can't push for those extra few reps, because once you start to go really hard, then it helps pump the blood throughout your system. So that's pumping extra caffeine through your body, and it's just going to give you the itchies.
Right. The itchy. So I learned some new shit here. The itchies, and then the coconut. What was it again?
The coconutty.
The coconutty.
Your shoulders you want your shoulders coconutty.
I want my shoulders to be coconutty, and I definitely don't want the itchy. So that's what we're trying to do in our life right here. But man, I learn something new every time I mess with you, dog. It's good. So moving fast forward to 2022, when it comes down to your nutrition and stuff, right? So you're sitting at, what do you say, 227?
227, yeah.
227. Where would you like to be when you get on stage? Like,
I don't know. To be honest with you, I don't have a weight goal to reach as far as like on the high end or on the low end. It's just more about what the vision is. You know what I'm saying? So as we start to lean down and start to go through our routines, the posing and all that stuff, whatever it turns out to be the best package or the best visual is what we'll stick with, whether that's, low 200s, mid 200s, 5 pounds. Like whatever it is, then we'll rock with it.
For the people who don't remember or just not tuning in with us, what class are you in?
Okay. So for those of you guys that don't know, I'm actually in men's physique. And it's different than regular bodybuilding. I didn't know that until I started to compete. You know what I'm saying? So bodybuilding are the guys in, I don't know what you're just like, the thongs is the best way to get it. You know what I'm saying? Nothing wrong with it, but those are more like, show thongs. But classic bodybuilding is more like trunks in it, or briefs in a sense.
Right.
Covers up a little more. And men's physique, we actually wear like board shorts or kind of like swim trunks, and you're judged from the waist up. So It's kind of like the guy at the beach type body. You know what I'm saying?
So let's talk about that for a minute, because when we talked about it before, you said you do legs twice a day, right?
No, not twice a week.
Twice a week. I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah. He cut me quick. No, we ain't doing that.
Eat.
So twice a week you're doing legs, but you're getting judged on. Well, so what's the purpose behind you doing legs twice a week when basically you're doing from waist up?
I mean, you don't want to look goofy though, like walking. You don't want to look goofy, man. So that's the thing about men's physique, because you are only getting judged from the waist up. A lot of men's physique guys don't do legs. You know what I'm saying? Like they look at it like it's pointless, you know, because it's not being judged. But at the same time, when you take everything off, you want to look symmetrical. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to just be big up top and then you walking on stilts. So, I mean, it's still important to do legs, because first of all, like once you do legs, your testosterone levels go through the roof. So you building legs, but it also helps build muscle all over your body. So, I mean, it just becomes important. And plus, you look more symmetrical and look more balanced on stage in your board shorts. You know, I get some new shorts from Chula Wear. You know, shout out to them. Matter of fact. And I'll go get them tailored to where, you know, they tailored to my thighs, to where it shows the thickness of my thigh muscle, you know, going down. So it just makes you look like a more balanced athlete versus just, you know, skinny legs with just a big upper body.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
So when it comes down to the nutrition and your body type going into men's physique, is there a too big? Is there a point where you can get too big in men's physique, you know, I know we say that we don't have a weight in mind, but is there a point where you're starting to get out of the physique category?
So it could definitely be a too big type of thing, because every category, classic physique, bodybuilding, and men's physique, all those guys all look different, right? Could you like just imagine a bodybuilder like, you know, Ronnie Coleman in swim trunks? You know what I'm saying? Like it is not the same symmetry, it's not the same balance. From like a slim waist to a broad upper body and just like super shredded.
Gotcha.
Great bodybuilder, great muscle bellies, great, you know, overall aesthetics, but from a men's physique standpoint, it just doesn't fit the picture of what they're going for. You know what I'm saying? So that's the difference. Like I said, it's like the guy at the beach, the guy on the magazine, like I don't know how else to. Me personally, I don't know specifically what and how it gets judged, or like, you know, how you can tell somebody's better than another. You can see it,
right, but
you have to have like a trained eye for that at the same time. So
yeah, no, I shout out to all the judges, man, because I know judging, dude. There's been so many times where I watch a competition and I'm seeing guys stand up and I'm like, I don't get it. Like I mean, they look almost the same.
Look,
you
the
know,
same. Ain't that the same guy, different shorts?
Right, exactly. But you know, they're like, oh man, this guy's striations and his deltoids look good, and I'm shocked. Right. So I mean, shout out to judges. I know they have a hard job, and sometimes, you know, the decisions they make are not popular. So shout out to them. But when it comes to nutrition, at what point do you actually start your cut? Like when are you gonna start getting into the point where you're cutting down on now you want to see what you
so you just pick out a show, you know what I'm saying? Now that I'm a pro, once they point, or even at the NPC level, and NPC is basically like what category you're in before you turn pro. So, you know, they'll put the dates out, you know, what shows coming up in what city, what weekend, you know, March, April, May, all throughout the year. You pick what show that you want, and then you kind of plan like, okay, let's prepare 12 weeks in advance, 16 weeks in advance, 14 weeks in advance, whatever your timeline is. You just pick your show first, and then you know how to scale back what day you want to start your prep. And sometimes, you know, you get to a point in the middle of your prep, maybe like 3 weeks before your show or 2 weeks before your show, you know, a month before your show. Something doesn't happen often, but it can, to where you like, man, no, this is what we want to bring to the stage. Let's maintain this look for the next 4 weeks.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? So it's just about picking what show you want to do and then figuring out how long do you want to have to prepare for that show.
That's what's up, man. All right, well, we're gonna shut it down. We went over your nutrition a little bit, but you know what? Before we leave, I really want to touch on, once you get to the show, you got your nutrition dialed in, you got everything. Now you're really dialing into your posing, right? So posing is something that is would you say that that's the most important thing?
It
About being on
is
stage?
definitely the most important thing. One thing I've learned is, man, all these guys look the same. Well, all of us look the same. Everybody has great muscle definition, great striations. Everybody's lean, pretty solid size. You know what I'm saying? All around the same weight. But it comes down to being able to showcase that weight on the stage. You want to show off your positive attributes while hiding, you know, your inefficiencies. That's the art of posing. You want to be able to stand or show the judges the best package. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can walk up to the stage round, wide, you know what I'm saying, relaxed, and you may not look like much, but once you actually get into your posing, it's like, yo, they got, damn. You know what I'm saying? You can see the difference between the two and how he's, you know what I'm saying, like blowing out his air, or how his back muscle may be defined, or X, Y, and Z, or, you know what I'm saying, like how they do their comparisons. But it all boils down to the art of posing. Everybody puts the work in. Everybody eats the same. Everybody, you know what I'm saying, goes to the gym, but everybody has their own unique posing routine.
So, and that's important to me, because there's been times where I've actually gone to a show and someone who looks awesome, like, I mean, his physique is on point, but he comes out and he just doesn't look confident. You know what I'm saying? But then you got a guy who might be lacking in a lot of different things, but he comes out and he owns the stage. You know what I'm saying? And do you think that would actually play a part in judging?
Yeah,
like if
of
you
course.
have a guy who just comes out and owns the stage and acts like he's the baddest motherfucker.
Yeah. They always tell you to smile and look at the judges, but it's not necessarily that they're telling you just to hold a smile and make sure that you look at the judges. It's more of the sense of, man, you got to show them your confidence. Like, you gotta have the mentality, like, once I hit the stage, man, my nuts are hanging. Like, it's me on this stage. Yeah, congratulations, you came to see me. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta have that type of mentality to help put you over the hump of self-doubt or self-fear. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've had that issue before when I spoke on this the last episode we did, when I did the show out here in California, and I lost because I was so wound up. I was so nervous to where when I got on stage, my performance sucked. You know what I'm saying? I feel like visually or physically I had the best physique out of everybody. Like, you can easily be able to tell, but my performance sucked. So, you know, why would you give me the win or the title if I wasn't able to showcase that when it came time to showcase it? But that's just because I had a lot of stress and all that stuff, you know, on my shoulders. So I wanted to make sure, like, going into the USAs, that wasn't a part of the plan. So going into USAs, man, I had the blankest of minds, the clearest of minds. Like, I was so non-emotional about hitting the stage, you know what I'm saying? Even though I had my moment of, you know, being able to break down and let my emotions out, but the pressure of being on stage, it was non-existent. My wife was asking me nonstop, like, hey, is everything okay? Are you good? Like, are you sure you're okay? Well, she was, you know, checking on me because I wasn't showing any emotion towards it. So once I actually hit the stage with no type of fear, no type of stress, that's what helped showcase that confidence. You know what I'm saying? Like, I felt at peace, and really that's a lesson that I'm always take with me doing these shows going forward.
Yeah, that's what's up, man. I mean, I definitely know that posing is a big thing on stage, and having confidence. I mean, obviously, it's like you said, it's a total package. When you come on stage, not only are you having to be physically on point, but like with your posing and your routines and everything like that, it's gotta, like, you have to own it. Like you said, I think we said it a couple episodes ago, where you said, like, you put all this time, these months, these years in some people's cases, for the 20 seconds on stage.
Yeah.
So why not own it? Why not own the stage? Like, why not command it? I mean, it should get to a point where I feel like, you know, you should they almost have to pull you off the stage.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Because you gotta have that confidence, and you just, like, you put a lot of work in it. So why are you gonna? I just don't understand when I see people on stage sometimes that look like they don't want to be there.
Yeah. No, they'll let you know, man. If you go over time on stage, they'll call somebody else's name in the middle of you. They did be like that, man. I was trying to hurry up and get that last position out because they had called another guy's name out, man. So, you know, it goes quick. Yeah. You know, with so many different competitors that may be at the event, they're on the time schedule and they don't want anybody kind of going over. But I definitely understand what you're saying, though. So much time and preparation went into getting to this point. So once you're on stage, man, give them everything that you've got. You know, like the same way you give them your all, or give yourself your all when you're working out or when you're eating correctly, or do your cardio. Same thing as when you're putting on the show for the fans, and for the judges. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just give it all that you got on the stage, leave it all out.
Yeah, man, I get that. You know, with the confidence thing, that was something when I first started off doing photography. It was like a big thing for me. Is I would have a client, and you know, the client would come up to me, and I was just like scared, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's just, you know, they put their money into a product that you're giving, and you know, I would walk up there and I would be timid. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like they were, you know, they would see that. You know, and then it get to a point where it's just like, why would you go put your money or something into somebody who doesn't have confidence? You know, so that was something that was big for me. So now when I go to a photo shoot, it's just like,
hey, trust me, you don't know what you want. I know what you want. We're gonna use these lights. Yes, you're gonna stand right there.
Pose this way, wow, this thing, and get it done. And you know that it made everything go so. I mean, it's obviously, you know, different than being on stage and having millions of people there, but I can definitely see the difference in my work just because of confidence. So that's what's up, man. Dude, man, we're killing it right now. I mean, we're like what 3-4 episodes in.
Yeah, and I gotta give a shout out to you, man. I know a lot of creative guys, man, like cameraman and everything like that, that'll hit me up and come up with these kind of ideas, but nobody ever follows through. But you know, working with you, man, it's been a blessing for the both of us, because we both been, you know, consistent in our grind and consistent with the work that we've done with each other. So got to give a shout out, man. If you're not following NC Visuals, make sure you do so, man. My guy Nolan is definitely a stand-up guy. He's a Omega, for those of you guys that don't know what that is, man. It's cool. You know, we get along, man. But
I mean,
we rep the ice. We rep the ice, man. The black and gold around here.
These alphas, man. They just, you know, I don't get it, but you know, I love you guys, man. That, you know, we always talk trash back and forth, man, with the fraternities that we're in. But you know, for just like you were saying, when we first talked and linked up, man, the connection was real. You know what I'm saying? And just like you said, you know, I've dealt with a lot of people in photography the same way. That's just, you know, they come up with all these ideas and things that they want to do, and then they just don't follow through, or they want it at a gimme. And when we talked, man, I never felt that vibe from you. And just, I mean, as soon as we said go, it was on.
It's on, man. I don't half step. I don't pump fake or anything like that, man. We got a plan, man. We got a vision, and you know, both of us have what it takes to put our minds together to make it a reality. So, I mean, there's nothing to hold us back.
Yeah.
You know, period, point blank.
He's grinding, man, and he's definitely just can't wait to get you on stage. I can't wait to see you on stage, man. It's gonna be a real thing, and the fact that you you know, like you said, you have a lot of people reaching out to you. The fact that you chose me to be a part of your journey is also going to help me grind in my journey. So we're just gonna grind together, man, and we're gonna close it out, man. So make sure you follow me, like he said, at NNC_visuals on Instagram. And then Mac, where you at?
Man, follow me on Instagram, Facebook. It's Mac Muscle Fit. That's Mac MACK Muscle Fit. All one word, man. If you're not following now, you will soon, because you're gonna see me on that big stage.
Yes, sir. And then big shout out to Hendo Studios, man. They their podcast section is legit. And then also the studio is legit. So if you're looking for a studio in the San Diego area for photography, videography, podcasting, man, just hit up Hendo Studios. Big shout out to those guys for setting us up. We got some videos coming. We got some gym videos coming.
We got work to do.
We got some work to do.
We got some work to do, for sure.
Yes, sir. So y'all check in. We'll see y'all later. Yeah.